Well, our company serves all our customers in Southern New Jersey. And I think having that privilege to serve all of these people, I think we have an obligation to also support these communities and their endeavors to try to support the people that aren't as fortunate.
We look to select community organizations that sort of have an idea of a program or an issue that they'd like to address, but they may not have the funding. We then make a 3-year commitment to them, so that allows them to take that idea off the shelf, develop it, and they've got 3 years of funding to get it running. Hopefully in the 4th year, then it can fund on its own. And specifically with CASA, they actually brought in some additional help for a specific program they were looking to start. So our funding supplies the funding for those people.
So the very unfortunate news is that while we could talk about the 222 children that did find safe and permanent homes, that's not going to be the outcome for every child in care. There are families where their cases are so old, they've been in care so long, that they are in fact legal orphans. And so this program has been incredible in that for the first time ever, CASA was able to put some volunteers on these cases to specifically search through case records and files for individuals that were involved in these kids' lives at some point, whether it was 10 years ago or 12 years ago. Search them, look for them, locate them, and then find out if they might be able to reconnect with a child in care.
The unique placement of a CASA is that they're in the center of everything. So they have access to the foster family, to the foster child. They have access to the birth family. They have access to the legal guardians and to all of the workers at DCP&P. So they're in the center of everything. And as you know, when there's a lot of people working on something, there's always a breakdown of communication. So they're the one in the center of it, hearing from everyone and putting together all of those pieces and making sense of all of those pieces for the most important person in the entire process, and that's the foster child.
We've been able to raise $1.1 million. And that's been through all the generous support of all our sponsors. They've been outstanding. Couldn't ask for anything more from these folks. They keep coming back year in and year out. And we've been able to support over 25 organizations. And that's what this whole event is all about.
Our firm was founded in the 1950s, and our founder, Jim Cooper, believed very strongly in corporate philanthropy and helping others. And I've carried that tradition on, all the way now to 2015 and hopefully for many years beyond.
I think it's part of a corporation's values and definitely part of our value and part of our culture to be that kind of corporation that people look for and look toward to help support these people that may not have, the things that they need to help themselves. So I think it's our responsibility to give back.
A CASA volunteer speaks up for the individual child. And so 475 of them had one. And unfortunately, there's over 1,000 kids in the system. There's 1,000 children that need a CASA volunteer. That's 500 kids without a CASA volunteer. And to me, it's heartbreaking because you're saying when a case comes in, we can take this one, but sorry, we can't take that one. And I truly believe that we need to be able to say we will take every single one and help every child get into that safe, loving, permanent home as quickly as possible. The funding is critical so that we are able to make sure that every single child that comes into care has a CASA volunteer to help make sure they have this happy ending. And it's going to take a lot of manpower to find it. We have the volunteers willing to do it. We just need the funding to support that.
Zoe was actually my student. And so I knew who she was before she was showing up on our doorstep, but she didn't know it was me. And what did you say when you walked up the steps?
Hey, it's Mrs. Z.
It's Mrs. Z. And from that moment that Zoe walked into our life, she just fit. We all fell in love with her, and she just brought so much joy into our life, and her joy was contagious. And she has melted the hearts of everyone I know.
I can tell anybody out there that if you're not contributing to community causes and charitable causes, you're missing something as part of life. So I encourage everyone, the smallest contributor to the largest company, get involved, contribute, be charitable.
Our sponsors have done a tremendous job over the last 10 years. I want to thank one of our key sponsors, Cooper Levinson, through Lloyd Levinson and Ken Calamo. They've been with us the last 7 years, and they've done a tremendous job for us. Also, I want to thank Galloway National. They've been there for the last few years with us throughout this journey on this golf outing. And also our employees. Our employees, there's a lot of work done behind the scenes, and the day of the event, they make it look effortless. And it's a tremendous event, tremendous day, and our supporters and sponsors are there year in and year out, and they know that the support that they've given this foundation and the golf outing goes to a good cause, because they see these folks at these events and they see the benefit of what their support has done, and we're really proud of that. We really want to thank them for that.
I cannot thank the Atlantic City Electric Golf Classic enough. As I mentioned, it enabled us to expand service. 2 years ago, we were serving 300 kids, and this year it was 475. And we could not have done that without the funding. So the support, the financial support, has made a tremendous difference, and I hope it continues to.
Zoe and I would just like to thank everyone involved in CASA, all of the countless volunteers and everyone that contributes to CASA. You're out there saving lives, bringing children to safety, and bringing families together for millions of foster children out there that need care and hope. Thank you for helping so many families, and thank you for anyone who contributes to this amazing organization and bringing everyone together. Thank you.
Thank you.